We are up to page 207. We're up to the laws of Kiddush. Number 1, it is a Torah obligation to sanctify the Shabbat through speech. This must be done at the beginning of Shabbat and at the end of Shabbat, which is fulfilled through doing Kiddush at the beginning and doing Havdalah at the end. Number 1, footnote, Rambam in the 29th chapter, Laws of Shabbat. According to Rabbi Akiva Eiger, one can technically fulfill the mitzvah of Kiddush just by saying Shabbat Shalom. Therefore, says the Or Letzion, it's better if a woman does not pray on Friday night. If she doesn't pray Friday night, then she should at least say Shabbat Shalom to her husband before he says Kiddush. So that way, both of them at least fulfill the mitzvah from the Torah. But the Akud Yosef says this is a stringency and it's not a must. Okay. Going back to the Halacha, one fulfills his biblical obligation through praying on Shabbat and saying the Arvit prayer, which mentions Shabbat. So to say Kiddush, what does it mean to say Kiddush? To say today is Shabbat. That's mitzvah of Kiddush. The rabbis added afterwards you have to have wine. But from the Torah, you fulfill the mitzvah by saying today is Shabbat. When do we say it's Shabbat? In the prayers. When you pray Arvit, you say today is Shabbat. Amen. So once you pray Arvit, you fulfill the mitzvah Kiddush from the Torah. Nevertheless, even though one has prayed, there's still a rabbinical obligation to say Kiddush over a cup of wine. If one did not pray, the actual recitation of Kiddush is a biblical obligation. However, saying Kiddush over a cup of wine is only a rabbinical obligation. Okay, good. The idea is that the rabbis wanted us to take Kiddush very seriously and to have a cup of wine. When you have a cup of wine, people listen to you and pay attention to what you say. Number 2, since there's the mitzvah to sanctify the Shabbat immediately at the start of Shabbat, one should recite Kiddush immediately coming home from shul and begin one's meal after Kiddush. You should not, dilly-dally and wait around. You should right away do the Kiddush when you come home from shul. And the ladies have to prepare and be ready. That the husbands should come home and they should be able to do Kiddush. Number 3, one who did not say Kiddush Friday night must recite the brachot of the nighttime Kiddush during the day before Shkia. One recites the bracha of Friday night Kiddush, but not vayichulu. Amen. So it comes out that the person who missed Friday night makes it up by Shabbat day. What's the earliest you could do Kiddush on Friday night? Let's look at footnote 5. And Resh Ayin Aleph Shulchan Aruch talks about this. When we're saying Kiddush during Ben Shmashot at the end of Shabbat, Hazon Avadia says it depends. If you pray Tefillot of Shabbat, then you should not say Kiddush during Ben Shmashot, since it's only rabbinical, and therefore one should not say a bracha if there's a doubt about a rabbinical obligation. However, if you didn't pray Shabbat at all, let's say someone was sick, you should say Kiddush even during Ben Shmashot. What's the earliest though? That's the latest. What about the earliest? The earliest you can say Kiddush technically is after Plag HaMincha. Plag HaMincha is the earliest time you could accept Shabbat. Okay, there's some opinions who say if you eat your meal before sunset, you should try to eat at least a kazayit also after sunset, but if not, that also fulfills the mitzvah. Number 4, women are obligated in Kiddush just like men. They also have to do Kiddush. Therefore, a woman may say Kiddush even on behalf of a man. However, for modesty reasons, it's better that she should not, unless there's a need to do so, no one could do it. Moreover, if the man of the house cannot drink the wine of the Kiddush, it's better that the Kiddush should be said by the woman. If there's no other man available, rather than have a man who say Kiddush and let the woman only drink the wine. Right? So it's better to have a woman say it than the men say it and the woman drink it. Rather, she should say the whole thing and drink also. Okay, fine. Number 8, Kuntrus Sodi Sharim states that if the mother of the household knows how to say Kiddush, it's better for a boy who's over bar mitzvah to say Kiddush and drink from the wine if the father is not present. Number 5, one should teach his kids, including his daughters, to listen to Kiddush. And a lot of times the kids are playing. You should tell them, no, sit, listen to Kiddush. You have to teach them what it means, that you have to do Kiddush. Okay. 6, a blind person is obligated in Kiddush and can say Kiddush for other people as well. 7, Kiddush does not have to be said in the same room as the Shabbat candles, and you don't have to be able to see the candles from where you're saying the Kiddush. However, it's better say Kiddush, and where the candles are in the same place where you're going to eat. That's the best place to put the candles. In the same place where you eat the meal. That way, during the Kiddush, you see the candles, you see the table. That's the proper thing to do.
So guests come where you living room, where you do Kiddush. Normally, without guests in the kitchen, candle is there. Is it no problem?
You should do Kiddush where you're going to sit to eat. That's where you should do Kiddush. Where you're going to sit to eat. Where you're going to have the meal, that's where you should have Kiddush.
I know. But for a candle.
Yeah, the candle better to be in the same room as...
The kitchen is okay?
It's okay, but it's better to have it in the place where you're going to eat.
You gotta watch, right?
Right. Number 8. It is proper to honor one's father, to recite the Kiddush, even if your father is only a guest. Let's say your father comes to your house for Shabbat. Better to give him the kavod that he should say Kiddush, even though the son is the balabait. He should say, Abba, b'chavod, you make Kiddush. If the father says, I don't want to make Kiddush, you make Kiddush, okay. But you should offer, even though your father's a guest, you should offer him to say the Kiddush.
But Nuten? Balabait should say Nuten.
Yeah, balabait says Nuten. Okay, 9. After Shkia, Erev Shabbat, it is rabbinically forbidden to eat or drink before saying Kiddush. Even drinking water is not allowed. Let's say a guy goes to shul, he prays Minha, and he's like, I'm really thirsty. He has to check what time Shkia is. If it's Shkia already, sunset, he's not allowed to drink, even water. You gotta wait, too bad. You gotta wait till Kiddush. It's a prohibition rabbinically to go and eat before Kiddush. If one is extremely thirsty, one may be lenient to have a drink of water during Ben Mashot. 15. The reason to be lenient is because there's a double doubt. Halacha maybe is like the opinion of Ben Tam, and really the night starts much later, and the Shkia is much later. And even if halacha is not like a Ben Tam, maybe Ben Mashot is daytime. Maybe it's still daytime during Ben Mashot, right? Because we don't know if it's day or night. Back on top. However, if one already prayed Arvit and you accept Shabbat early, too bad. Then you can't even drink water before Shkia. Let's say you accept the Shabbat by Plaga Mincha. That's it, Shabbat for you. You got to do Kiddush if you want to eat, even though it's much earlier than Shkia. 10. Even if someone ate something before saying Kiddush, you're still obligated Kiddush. Let's say somebody broke the halacha, right? He ate even though he wasn't supposed to before Kiddush. You still have to say Kiddush. You're not exempt now from Kiddush. 11. One who forgot to say Kiddush and already ate his meal, he must say Kiddush in that moment, and he should not push it off till the morning. He may not eat any more food that night until he says Kiddush. Right? 1 second, sorry. Okay, good, yeah. Okay, good. Once he recites Kiddush, he should also have a kazayit of bread in order that the Kiddush should be considered Makom Seudah. You always have to have your Kiddush attached to a meal, so therefore he also has to have some bread to be Kiddush Makom Seudah. 12. Even if one began eating before Shkia, he may not continue eating after Shkia without reciting Kiddush. 13. One may recite Kiddush and have his meal, even before praying Arvit and Kabbalat Shabbat. However, preferably, this should not be done. You should always pray Arvit first and then have the meal. 14. One who needs to take medication with some water, he may do so even before saying Kiddush. Okay, good. 15. One may wash his mouth out with water before Kiddush. 16. One who accidentally said a bracha on a food. You see a guy saying shahakal and on a candy. You say, whoa, you didn't do Kiddush, how can you eat? But he already said the bracha. Halacha says he should take a small taste of the food so his blessing will not be in vain, and then he'll say Kiddush to continue eating more. Okay, good? Because bracha batal is the oraita, and Kiddush, not eating before Kiddush is only the rabbanan. 17. Preferably a person should train a child that once he's the age of chinuch, around 7 years old, he should wait to hear Kiddush before eating. You should teach him. You have to do Kiddush and then you can eat. However, if a child's so young that it's difficult for him to wait till the time of Kiddush, you may give him food even to eat, even though he will not hear Kiddush later. There's a whole discussion in the poskim, in Resh Mem Gimal, right? Are you allowed to give a kid something that's a sur mid'Rabbanan? It's a sur mid'Rabbanan to give a kid to eat before Kiddush, because it's sur mid'Rabbanan to eat before Kiddush. So, probably you should teach him not to do that. But again, there's a mahloket about it. There's what to be lenient if it's very difficult for him and he insists on having it. But better to give him food because he's starving. Not the candies. They're not needed. They're not essential. So that is good to be strict on. That they do eat it before Kiddush. A lot of times in shul, they throw candies. They throw candies. Even the adults, they eat the candies before Kiddush. And that's not right. You have to Kiddush first before you eat anything. Baruch Amen.